It's taken them nearly 4 years to get the formula sort of ready. It still has some changes they're trying to make. And it's changed a few things. It's supposed to be easier, but it's been anything but that for the past few months. And it's supposed to be more helpful to lower and middle income families.
Any guesses as to what we're talking about in this mini money minute? That's right, the FAFSA. The FAFSA, or the Free Application for Federal Student Aid, is the official form to apply for federal financial aid to pay for college. It's also used by many individual colleges and universities in making their financial aid decisions. But if you know anyone who's graduating from high school this year and trying to weigh their financial options before making this major choice, this year the FAFSA is a giant thorn in their side. So much so that I wrote a little song about it to make it a little less stressful. So hang on to the end of this mini money minute to hear it. In the meantime, I talked to Todd Weaver, president of Strategies for College, an independent educational consulting firm that's been around for 33 years and has helped over 5,000 families find the right college at the right price for their student, explain what started this FAFSA hiccup.
So in late 2020, the Congress passed a new appropriations bill that was changing the formulas and the way the FAFSA form, the free application for federal student aid, was going to be presented to families. And it's taken them nearly 4 years to get the formula sort of ready. It still has some changes they're trying to make. And it's changed a few things. It's supposed to be easier, but it's been anything but that for the past few months. And it's supposed to be more helpful to lower and middle income families to provide a higher ceiling on their income and protect it more, giving them more aid eligibility.
So ordinarily, parents and students can begin filling out the FAFSA in October in anticipation of finding out what kind of financial aid they might receive in terms of federal loans, grants, work study, and even individualized financial aid from various colleges and universities. The FAFSA used to ask dozens of questions and yielded an expected family contribution number, or EFC. The updated FAFSA asks fewer questions to make it more accessible and is now spitting out a number called Student Aid Indexed, or SAI. The EFC was a dollar amount, and the SAI is just a number that can be negative or positive. So comparing last year's EFC to this year's SAI is like comparing apples to oranges. This is also adding to the confusion. Like Todd mentioned, the changes were meant to help make this process easier, but because of the EFC versus SAI confusion, some technical issues that caused a couple of months' delay in being able to file the FAFSA, and then a formula problem, the updated formula didn't adjust for the inflation over the last few years, it's all added a whole lot more stress for families waiting to see what kind of financial aid they will be afforded before making this choice. I asked Todd what advice he would give families at this time as they wait to see what their financial aid packages will look like.
I'd say the first thing to remind yourself as parents is to have some grace, have some patience, knowing that not only is the FAFSA form behind schedule, but many colleges have financial aid offices that are understaffed. And it's kind of a worst of all situations in that respect.
Now, I've gone on 2 college tours with my daughter this month in preparation for her 2025 high school graduation, and Todd is spot on. The college financial aid counselors are the middlemen in the middle of this FAFSA hiccup, desperately trying to give families the information they need by the deadlines they promised, but are waiting on data they simply don't have. In the meantime, try not to worry, class of 2024, because you're all in the same boat. So patience really is the key. You can estimate your SAI on studentaid.gov, minus the adjustments for inflation they're still working on. And there are some other resources as well.
Run calculators on the college websites. They're called net price calculators. Run the calculators on the College Board website. They're all pretty good. And they can give you some good sense of what the numbers might look like.
And for those of you who dodged the complication of filing the FAFSA for the first time this year, Todd is in agreement about having healthy conversations about money with your student to set expectations and not get yourself into a financial bind that you cannot crawl out from.
My suggestion to parents is to understand the word affordability. What is affordable to you and your family is so important these days. There are some great educational opportunities that can be found around the country and even in your backyard sometimes that are affordable for your family. It's important to look at your numbers first before you even start the college search. It's kind of like buying a house when you have to go get a mortgage approval before you go buy a house so that you know, hey, we can handle this. This is our monthly number. And that's really what people should be doing with college as well, since it has become almost like a second mortgage.
Thank you to Todd Weaver from Strategies for College for explaining the FAFSA changes in this mini money minute. And if you're the kind of person that has needed to pay attention to this but just felt overwhelmed, time is still on your side. In Massachusetts, the deadline to file the FAFSA is May 1st, but be sure to check school deadlines because they might be individualized and a bit sooner. And in case you're still listening, I wrote a little song about the FAFSA, because, that's what I do. F is for the form you're filing. A is for the aid you hope it brings. F and then an S is for the parent-student stress. For A, this application added so much more frustration. Loans are something they can give to you. Grants are options for a select few. Work, they grant work study jobs on campus for some money. File your FAFSA today and you might find out before May. The FAFSA's made for me and you. The FAFSA's made for me and you. The No Shame in This Money Game podcast will return with some more bite-sized mini money minutes. Until then, keep listening and keep learning with Rockland Trust, member FDIC, the bank where each relationship matters, because we want you to have a healthy relationship with money at any age.